Are there any markets outside of the obvious, Texas and Florida, I include in that, but are there any markets or submarkets that you think folks should look into, or maybe that you haven't, invested in before, but you're strongly considering?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. We work with different operators, so we're not primarily the operator, the asset manager on these deals. We partner with different operators, but we've developed a relationship with different folks. I love secondary markets. For example, let's say in Florida, let's say Orlando and Miami or Tampa they're just exploding. It can be really challenging to find a deal because who are you competing with? You're competing with these big institutional REITs that have billions of dollars that have to put it somewhere. So they've got to go into these big markets. So a market like Jacksonville that's got 1.5 million people, maybe Tallahassee, there are other markets that, may make sense where they're at least, maybe 500,000 people, but not, several million. So, I think it's just really being open to mid-sized markets, things that are not necessarily on the radar. Everybody knows about Dallas. Everybody knows about Miami. Everybody knows about Orlando. But what about the other markets that are maybe a little bit smaller? So, I have some friends doing some stuff in Waco, which looks like an interesting market. But,
My hometown.
Are you from Waco? Okay, so you've seen it.
I don't claim it a lot, but yeah, I am.
Just claimed it now, man. So you gotta.
There you go.
Chip and Joanna Gaines are your best friends. Right?
Yeah. None of that existed when I was there.
Yes, but I think just really, again, looking at, why are people moving here? If there's a recession, in Texas, I live in California. In Texas, people kept moving during the Great Recession because it made more sense, because businesses were saying, hey, we're going to keep moving here because it's more landlord friendly, it's more business friendly, and it's cheaper to live. You can pay people less. And so we saw that. We're continuing to see that. And some of these areas, like that's why Texas, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia are continuing to grow. So I just think being open to those areas, people like warmer weather, all these retirees, they call it the silver tsunami. They want to live in warm places. So that's one reason I love these areas too.
Yeah, Jay Scott mentioned that long-term horizon versus if you're really, really counting on the 3 to 5 years to hit your targets. That's been happening lately. There's no guarantee that's going to happen for forever. We've got a potential to exit 4 years early in one of our investments. Actually, 2 of them. That's great. I mean, I hope it happens. Not really betting on everything happening like that.
Yeah. No, you definitely have to have, different, you have to look at things differently. You have to look and say, what is the long-term goal? And, maybe in 10 years, maybe these areas will not be great. But right now, with the demographics, the way things are shifting, it's just important to have a plan and really look at, all of the 3 of those. It's like, okay, I need to find a group that I like to work with. I'm a passive investor, 1 to 2 groups I like to work with. In what sort of markets do I feel passionate about? They're going to keep growing. And what sort of projects? I think value add projects are way better than Class A or REIT type of stuff because there's no value add. There's no, you own the market. So if it goes up, things go up. But versus with a value add project, you really actually get to take advantage of, adding a lot more value, getting much higher returns.